the brief and the view from IM was they wanted the building to be timeless, iconic, and really just to sort of stand on its own merit, that people would see it. A bit like the Gherkin, where you just see the building and from its shape, its design, you just know the occupier and the naming of it. So what we worked hard here was the actual setting within the country park, and actually the approach from the roundabout and how you would approach the building. And what we tried to do is actually elongate the actual journey from the gatehouse round. So it isn't just an instant wow, it's a sort of slow reveal. And the idea is that the building sits and beds into the landscaping and bleeds out into the country park, and the country park becomes part of the overall setting. The standout parts of the design really is its setting. The core 10 and the decision to move the staircases to the outside of the building was quite a conscious decision, and then it would allow us to wrap this whole core 10 sculpture over the top, which is standout. And then obviously we've taken that further down the line with the sculptures that then bleed back down into the country park. It's been set up on an axis, it's fairly formal in that respect. It's a conscious decision to bring an exhibition space to the front, so it doesn't disturb the rest of the working environment. So if IM Motors want to launch or present a new vehicle, they can do that. Similarly, if Property or Spitfires want to have an event in there or a lunch, it doesn't disturb the rest of the team. But I think it is just the materials, it's simple, it's just very elegant, and I'd like to think that in 20, 30 years' time it will still be like the day it's handed over, really. I mean, IM Property as a business, we've been working with them now for a few years. We've done a number of buildings on Blythe, and we've known the characters quite a while. And I think when you're talking to occupiers on other sites and you're trying to persuade them that they should have this, this is the latest way of working, unless you actually have the conviction to do it yourself, it seems a bit false, really. So that's what part of the brief and IM Properties wanted to do. They wanted to be the best in class. They wanted to show occupiers this is what you can have, and they've probably taken it further than best in class. They are way ahead of most people, but at least they can bring occupiers here, tenants, investors, and they can actually see the way forward, really. So that's what they're trying to lead the market, really, particularly in the office market around here. In terms of my favourite parts of the building, there's some that have surprised me, some that I didn't think that would work, that have actually come out better than I thought. I think the gatehouse is a wonderful little marker point. It's such a little small thing, but it sets the tone for the building. For me, as you drive in and it slowly reveals itself, I can't help but smile and just think, this is wonderful. In terms of spaces, I think first floor, what strikes you is the glazing on what would be the northwest corner. The trees on the back, when they're in full bloom, are just so close to the trees, it's like a green wall, really. And I think that's going to be a lovely, lovely space to work in. I think the terraces are wonderful. I think the contemplation one, particularly very elegant. There aren't many spaces that aren't nice, really. You can't help but like the whole thing, really. I'm 50-something now, and I've been doing office buildings, commercial buildings, probably for the last 20 years. And by far this has been the most rewarding, the most exciting. I have to say it's been hard but so enjoyable. You just don't get these opportunities, and I can't thank IM enough for giving me the responsibility to do it. I'm extremely proud of it, I'm very protective about it, but it is just a wonderful, wonderful space.